Okay, so in this video we're going to increase the level of difficulty of these trinomials. We're going to start out with 5x squared plus 7x minus 6. So when we begin this problem, we'll write out our two binomial sets of parentheses. When we multiply to get back to 5x squared, we know that we have a 5x times a 1x. Now you don't need to put the 1 in front of x. I'm doing it there just to illustrate that it's the only combination to get back to 5 is 1 times 5. However, 6 has several different combinations to get back to, -6. So we know we have to get back to a -6. We're going to talk about multiplying combinations of 1 and 6 and 2 and 3. Of course, with one being positive and another number being negative. So one of the numbers has to be positive, the other negative, to multiply back to be -6. So if I just try +1 and -6, and I try the outer and the inner, I say almost immediately -30x plus 1x is not bringing me back to 7x. So that combination is not going to work, and largely in part because I'm taking the 6 times 5. However, what would happen if I put the 6 in the binomial with the 5, so maybe did +6 and -1, how would that change? Would I still have -30x? Well, I don't. Now I have -5x, and I don't have +1x here. I have +6x. However, that's still not 7x, which is a problem. So now that I've tried 1 and 6 in both positions and neither one of those work, I'm going to move to 2 and 3. So we'll move to trying the values of 2 and 3. So we'll try +2 and -3, remembering that one has to be positive, the other one has to be negative to multiply to be a -6. So 5x times -3 is -15x. 2 times 1x is 2x. That gives me a -13x. Still not the 7x that I needed. So we're going to switch the position of the 3 and the 2, because now it does make a difference, because I don't have just x times x anymore. I've got different values in those first terms that are having an impact on my outer and my inner. So here we have -10x and +3x, which is a -7x. So our numerical value is correct. It's just the sign in front of that numerical value that we have to flip-flop. So when that happens, when you've got the 7 that you need, we just change the signs. So the -2 becomes a +2, and the 3 becomes a -3. So that gives me a -3x for my inner and a +10x for the outer, which adds to be 7x. Therefore, our answer is 5x minus 3 times x plus 2. Now this is called trial and error. So this is a trial and error method. There's no guessing and checking. It is definitely a trial and error. You have to check for your error. You can't just assume that you're getting it right, but there is a strategy to it. So eventually, as you get better, you will strategically be able to place numbers in different positions. So let's try 2x squared plus 9x plus 9. Let's factor this. So we're going to try and factor into two binomials. And what's really nice is that our first term of 2x squared, there's only one way to get back to that, and that's 2x times 1x. Again, we're going to try with this 9 here. We've got two ways to get back to 9, 1 times 9 and 3 times 3. Now if I try 1 and 9, I definitely would not put the 9 here because that's going to be an 18 and I need to be at 9x. So that is not going to work. If I put the 9 over here, I'm going to end up with a 9 plus 2, which is 11, which also does not work. So we're going to try the 3's. 3 and 3. Now because I have a positive sign and a positive sign, both binomials are going to be positive. So we've got 6x on the outer, 3x on the inner, which indeed is 9x for our middle term. So if we were to take 2x plus 3 times x plus 3 and multiply it back out, we would get 2x squared plus 9x plus 9. Okay, let's have you try one. We'll have 6x squared plus x minus 1. Go ahead and press pause and really try and get the answer until you, all the trials and errors, and if you get frustrated or you finally get to a point where you want to check your answer, you could always multiply to check your answer and see if you got it right, and then view my answer and know that you got it right. Or if you get a little frustrated, just go ahead and press play and you'll see the answer. And the answer is 3x minus 1 times 2x plus 1. And I will illustrate for you, multiplying this back out to check. 6x squared plus 3x minus 2x minus 1. Well, this right here is positive x. That gets us back to our original. Therefore, there is our factored form of 6x squared plus x